Okay, how you doing? My name is Damian Johnson.
All right, Mr. Johnson, glad to meet you.
Yeah, so I just wanted to ask you about the pay raises that was it passed or?
Well, pay raises only go into effect when an alderman has completed one term or the present term,
Okay.
where that pay raise was voted on.
Okay.
And they then, if they're reelected, they will get whatever the pay raise was.
Okay.
It is not automatically put in place that an alderman is going to get a pay raise.
Okay.
You only get a pay raise after that person who voted on it runs and is reelected, or the person who unseats him, whoever's elected in that next automatic term, well, they're the ones that get the pay raise.
Okay. So, was there a pay raise voted on in last term or this term?
In the last 2 years, certainly there was. Just like we vote on a pay raise for all city employees. Every year, there is a vote that comes out of the Board of E&A, which is Estimate Apportionment, which determines where city money is going to be spent and who it's going to be spent with and when those dollars are going to be spent. E&A. And they then will make the recommendation to the Board of Aldermen. And either we can vote for it or we can reject it. We don't initiate any spending here.
Okay.
So if you think for 1 minute that the alderman can say, well, it's time for me to get a raise, it don't happen that way.
Okay. So there was a vote to approve a pay raise last year and it passed.
There was a vote that came from the board of not a vote, but there was a pay raise for all city employees, all of 700 of them plus together.
Okay.
And that comes from the Board of Estimate Apportionment, just like the budget.
Okay.
And the budget is approved by E&A, which is the president of the Board of Aldermen, the comptroller, and the mayor. And when they decide how much money we got, and then they start looking at each department to determine how much can be spent for whatever the need is. Then once they get through, that's what they call a budget. And it's sent over here to the Board of Aldermen. We can cut something, but we cannot add anything. So
Okay.
what came was the budget bill.
Okay.
And either the Board of Aldermen can reject it or they can pass it.
Okay. So there will be a raise for everyone.
Every year there is a bill called Board Bill Number 1
Board Bill number 1.
that comes to the Board of Aldermen that decides how much money is going to be spent on street paving, how much money is going to be spent to maintain the lights in the city, how much money the mayor, the comptroller, and all 700 city employees are going to be making. That's included in that board bill. Okay. And it comes every year and has come ever since 1898 when the city of St. Louis came into this building.
And that's include Board Bill number 1 this year, Board Bill number 1 last year. So
and Board Bill number 1, that's the budget of the city.
And
yes.
Sometimes there's a raise and there's
raises in every budget. If you didn't, then you couldn't pay the people to pick up the trash. You couldn't pay the people to go out here and fix these lights. You couldn't pay the people that go out here and pave and patch the potholes in the street.
Now,
all that's included.
Does the salary ever reduce sometimes?
Oh my God. Would you feel if you looked up and whoever you work for found out that you had a 10% cut in pay?
We wouldn't like it.
Well, it just can't happen. The unions, see, there's a lot of unions that handle city employees. Boy, those unions will be all over the place. Oh, no, you can't cut somebody's salary like that. They lay people off in order to make enough money to keep the people that they do have.
Okay. Okay. So every year